Welcome to the Wine Fine Talks. Today we have a very special guest with us, Giorgio Bava with Coki Winery out of Piedmont, Italy. Now, Coki is an iconic producer of vermouth, and vermouth is having a serious moment right now in the drinks area as a cocktail ingredient and as an aperitif. Welcome. Thanks so much for joining us.
Buongiorno. Thank you, Carolyn, for having me here.
So, Coki has a fascinating history. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, sure. We start quite a while ago. My family has been producing wine since the 1600, actually. And Vermouth came a little bit later. Vermouth, aperitif, these are all products that are extremely rooted in Italian history. In Italy we do drink wine, but we also do drink vermouth as an aperitivo, so before a meal, to basically open up the appetite. That's the word itself, aperitivo. And we drink in many different ways, and today we're gonna try something quite refreshing, quite interesting. The story goes back all the way to 1891 in particular, where Giorgio Cocchi, the founder of this company, was a pastry chef in Firenze, in Florence, and he actually wanted to make vermouth, because vermouth was in trend. Everybody in the 1800s was drinking vermouth. It was really the drink of the royals. So he had to go where the main market of production, so the main area of production was, which is Piedmont. Piedmont, that's where my family is, my family was, and we make wine. So you start to see the connection. We've been working with the Coki family for several decades, until more or less the late 70s, where the Coki families, we already had a partnership. My name is actually Bava, not Coki, but then we had a partnership for long, and then the Coki family asked us if we want to deepen this partnership, until the point that in the late 70s we actually took ownership of the whole company. So we are quite rare in this industry because we see everything from the wine perspective, so we consider it an agricultural product, not only a spirit or a brand.
I love that, because then I think you nailed what the difference is between Coki and some of the larger brands, because you start with a base wine that is, has a sense of place really, and has, quality, and then you layer in the aromatics from your aromatics room, correct?
Correct.
What are some of the aromatics that go into this?
Yeah, I mean, this is an historical product, so it's super interesting, because not only we talk about local ingredients. So Piemonte is a region in the northwest of Italy surrounded by the Alps. So in the Alps mountain you can find a lot of bitter botanicals. A lot of different amaros are produced in the north of Italy. You can imagine these fresh notes and bitter notes. I can talk about wormwood, I can talk about gentian, I can talk about so many obscure botanicals that you find when you walk into the valleys and you probably step on it. We don't step on it, we pick them, we extract them in alcohol, and then we have this beautiful room full of what we call tinctures, which are basically extraction of botanicals individually. But at the same time, this product here, which is a recipe from 130 years ago, has inside a lot of exotic botanicals, cinnamon, staranis, vanilla, and so on. Because Torino, the place where the main market, the main city near our village, Torino was a center of commerce. And so you could find a lot of exotic botanicals coming from all over the world. And that's why even a recipe from 130 years ago has both local botanicals, local wine, and exotic, because it was making it more important.
I love that. I love that. And so this leads us into what we're tasting now. So what are we tasting? What is the name of this vermouth, and how do you drink it?
So this is called the Storico Vermouth di Torino. Is what we would define a classic Italian vermouth. So let's take, in a world where 100 years ago you have the cocktail renaissance, the cocktail moments where all the famous bartenders start to write cocktail book, the Savoy cocktail book and so on, and you could read there sweet vermouth or Italian vermouth. This is the style. It's not even red or white, it's a classic traditional Italian vermouth. It's what the great Column that created the cocktail mixology, the cocktail history that we know now, had in mind when they were developing the first time a Manhattan, the first Negroni. These were all products created with, cocktail created with this taste in mind.
So let's taste.
We should, I think we definitely should. It's aperitivo it's aperitivo time somewhere in the world. Here we go.
Always.
So in Italy we have it in different ways. Traditionally we drink it neat, like we're doing now. So first of all, chin chin.
Chin
We always
chin.
start with a salute. So we can drink it neat because we appreciate all the beautiful botanical, the perfume. We have it with ice when it's getting a bit hot outside, and then we can add something that we're gonna try later.
Okay. The nose is beautiful, very, very complex on the nose.
It's good. It is, somebody say that on the nose you get all this orange marmalade, slightly fresh and bitter botanicals, almost alpine. I heard somebody that actually is telling me that it smells almost like Christmas spices because you get a bit of cinnamon, a bit of star anise again.
Yes.
It's quite full and refreshing at the same time.
It's so complex. So it's almost like you could say anything in this glass and the answer would not be wrong.
Almost,
You know?
exactly.
It's so complex. And what I love about this one, because this is a favorite one of mine, is I'm very value conscious, and I think many viewers are, and this costs about $30 a bottle in Canada and probably slightly less in the US. So I think the value for money for something like this is just off the charts.
And the complexity that it takes, it is a complex product. I mean, inside here, wine with all the different vintage variation that we have. Plus, we have between 25 and 30 botanicals inside. And imagine the complexity of actually making all the time for 100 years the same taste with all the different ingredients that change and constantly evolves. Our skill, because the harvest of rose petal, the harvest of cinnamon, the harvest of not only wine, change every single year. Our skill, my uncle in particular, he's the actual man with the hands in the bags of botanical. Our skills is actually to do the blend and always compare with a previous batch. We do very small batches, that's very small, batch lot. So our skill is actually to have always the same consistent product, so that all the time that you open a bottle, it will taste like your favorite vermouth, and we are a bartender's favorite. So bartenders love our product because they know that they can rely on it. They know they can create incredible cocktail from very simple to very complex one with these products.
Well, consistency is so important because you want it to taste the same and you want to be thrilled every time.
Exactly.
So it is hot right now. We are in a heat wave all over the world. How would you drink this if we were trying to cool off?
Good point. Winter time we have it like that. In summertime, I would add a little bit of ice, 1 or 2 cubes. Here you go. So this is a first step, of course, to refresh it. We have different theories now. Like, I do love with orange peels. I love to have something like a citrus sweetness. My father, because he's a historian, he says that historically we have lemon peels. So it's your choice. You make it your own.
I want to go historical.
Here you go.
So then I just twist?
Exactly. You just twist it.
Twist.
Yeah, twist, and then put it inside. So that's the first step. So salute again.
Salute.
We cheer a lot of times. It's good. It makes you happy. So we try it again. Now, the citrus notes are not covering the vermouth. Actually make it, they enhance the aromas.
It adds lift, doesn't it? And
Exactly.
I love the cool refreshment now. It's an all-season drink then.
It is indeed, absolutely. You make it refreshing, and it has this beautiful balance between sweetness, bitterness, and acidity. It's not a bitter product.
Yes.
I'm gonna add just a little bit of soda in here
Yes.
to make it even like a spritz. Because in different region of Italy there are different spritzes. Spritz is a long, refreshing summer drink.
And this is tonic water, right?
This is tonic water, exactly. I like it slightly more bitter. You are absolutely free to have it with soda. And in a summer day, vermouth and tonic, vermouth and soda, that's everything you need. It is a spritz from Piedmont, historical spritz.
I can't wait to taste it. Oh, I love it. You know, I'm drinking all summer long.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And if you want to go a little bit more like late in the evening, you can make a Negroni. Just yesterday we had a beautiful event where we explained people how to make a Negroni, and literally it took 1 minute. 3 equal parts, 1 part of vermouth, 1 part of Campari, 1 part of gin, in a beautiful glass like this one here. Happy days.
Happy days.
Everybody can be a bartender.
Well, here's the happy days.
Here's the happy days. Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Cheers.